Hello,
Hello.
buddy. Welcome to Inside the Booth. I'm your host, Dan the Man, uh, the Law. I am the Law. And we got Matthew Pedersen over there, Pedersen. But
Pedersen. Yeah.
we're going to call him Matthew James just
Inside
because
joke.
it's a joke that we had like a few weeks back.
Yeah.
So, uh, yeah. So, how's everybody doing? Today we have a beautiful special guest, but before we get there, let's talk about merchandising. Merchandising, where all the real money of this podcast is made. So, if you go to our website, www.insidethebooth.tv.com/shop, you get yourself beautiful mugs, t-shirts. I got these things that I usually wear. It's called a neck gaiter, but I wear it like a do-rag because it's better that way. So, grab your drinks and sit back and enjoy what we're going to do.
All right.
We also got a lot of people in chat right now. Some are our guests' friends. So without further ado, I will bring her on so she can say hello to some of you, and then I'll say hello to everybody else. So tonight we have our friend Olya.
Hey,
If I said it right.
it's Olya. It's Olya.
Yeah.
It's
I said
okay.
yay. Yay! It's Olya.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All
Yeah.
right, man. I butcher names quite often, and everybody here on Inside the
It's
Booth
the arena
knows
curse.
that. It is. It is quite. All right, so I forgot to introduce you as a lighting. Was a senior lighting
Senior lighting compositing artist. Yeah.
compositing
Whoa.
artist. Man,
Yeah.
what a name that is!
What a
But
title.
but here
That's so
Yeah.
we
cool.
are. What a title! That's a good title. You
Thank
get to do
you.
some cool stuff. I watched that cool movie Rumble. If you guys
Yeah.
haven't seen, we did a review on that movie a few weeks back, so you can
Yeah.
go check that out after tonight's show. So tonight we got some of your people on the chats. We got
Yeah.
Hendrik
I
Jan,
guess I want to give a shout out to Centrist Militia.
Citrus Militia. All
It's a
right.
Discord group. Hey Garth. Hey Cobb and Dan and Tess. Hey guys.
Yep, there's Tess.
There's Tess.
There's,
Yeah. There we
there's
go.
Mikey says he's going to be eating dinner shortly. Hopefully he'll catch us toward the end.
All
Well,
right.
hopefully he'll catch us sometime, even in the middle. More Tess. We got Kavina.
Yeah,
Nice.
Cobb. What's up? Yeah.
Pawn Flakes. Nice. Thank you for joining us. Melissa. Now, if I
Hello.
butcher your name while I'm saying all these names here, I am so sorry. We actually got a milkman. Milkman
Milkman
Dan.
Dan. There we
Hey,
go.
what's up, milkman? How are
Yeah. What's up?
It's an awesome avatar.
you? We got Euro Games.
Euro games.
How are
Nice.
you? Avery Cruz. Wing
There he
hugs.
is.
We like to give out wing hugs to
Oh, that's
Avery
so
all the
cute.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, did I miss anybody? We got Stealthy.
Stealthy.
Yeah,
What's
there
up,
we go.
Stealthy?
That's all I'm going to say is Stealthy. I'm not going to say that last part there. We got R2. And we got R2 the
R2.
Yicky. What's up,
There he
R2?
is.
Hey.
What's
Howdy.
up? And then we got Mrs. R2 the Yicky. And I
Nice.
think that might be everybody that I have grabbed so far that said hi. Anybody else that's lurking in the background, thanks for listening.
Mhm.
And all those of you in the chat, thanks for coming. You guys, everybody here is special. Someone says, hey now, Hendrik Jan. Hey now.
Hey, now.
Hey.
Anonymous. We got Anonymous. What's up, y'all? There we go, Anonymous. We love that pun or something. Anyways, Anonymous. Anyway, so, how are you?
I am doing fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for
I've
coming.
had a really good day so far. So.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
fantastic.
Good. Beautiful. Thanks for coming on the show.
Well, thank you for the invite. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. We got some groovy questions for you about what you do and why you do it, and so on and so forth. Um, so I guess give us that title of the name of the thing you do again.
Okay, so I'm a senior lighting compositing artist. I've been doing lighting and compositing work for about like 7 years. It feels like forever,
7
but
years. Okay.
it might be like I don't know. The numbers rack up.
Hmm.
Been doing it for a while. I'm located in Vancouver, which is a big hub for computer animation,
Oh,
and
sweet.
um, yeah, it's kind of what I've been wanting to do since I like saw Toy Story, kind of,
Hmm.
Oh,
and
really? That was
like,
your inspiration, huh?
well, actually, when I saw Toy Story, I didn't know much about computer animation at the time, but then I ended up going to, let's say, tour my college, and then
Hmm.
when I was touring my college, that they were like, oh, I originally saw like a how to do Photoshop and graphic design program. And I
Oh, okay.
remember the recruiter from Full Sail was like, hey, why don't you check out this 3D program? And I was like, 3D? And like the only thing I thought about was like Toy Story. And I was like, that sounds interesting. Sure, let's do it. And then once I like walked through it, I like fell in love with it.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I'm gonna have to do this. And then
Oh,
my
nice.
parents were like checking their bank accounts, like, oh, what? Because they were expecting a different program, right? A cheaper program, I'm guessing. But it didn't matter. That's what I wanted to do, and I went for it, and I haven't stopped working in it
That's
since, pretty
awesome.
much.
Now, are you strictly for just lighting stuff, or do
So
you
it
also?
depends.
Okay, yeah.
It depends on the production you're with. So some productions you will strictly only be lighting. Like some films, you'll only be a lighting artist, and
Hmm.
Mhm.
other films you'll only be a compositing artist.
Okay.
And other film, if you're like in TV shows, they
Is
have
there a
a
difference
very
between the two,
quick.
the lighting and the
Yes,
compositing?
so lighting is you're basically dealing with lighting the assets in 3D,
Hmm.
Okay.
where in compositing you're working with more 2D images
Hmm.
or the finished rendered images, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the
Huh.
bigger difference. Where and
Now,
it's
have
like
you?
it's where you put your finishing touches is in compositing. It's where you finish it up, make it look nice, and then the director tells you if they like it or not. And then you'll either get notes and you'll have to fix those notes, or they'll love it and it gets approved for the movies.
Oh, cool.
Oh, sweet,
Yeah.
sweet. Now that is very cool. Now, which movies have you worked on besides the Rumble that we mentioned earlier?
All right. So I've worked on like Captain America, First Avengers, Rumble,
Oh, wow.
Scoob, The Addams Family.
Nice.
I worked on a bunch of TV shows. I did an Angry Bird project.
Oh, did you?
Like it's like I worked on a bunch of stuff. What was the other one? There's like this show called Dragon Rescue Riders. It's all like TV shows for kids,
Hmm.
tots.
Right.
That's what I just got done working on. And then like Goldie and the Bear from the studio I'm currently at right now. But
Oh, you're working on Goldie and the Bear? My kids love watching that.
no way!
Yeah.
Well that was a long time ago.
Oh, was
But
it?
I'm not working on it now because I think that series ended. But that's great.
Right.
Your kids loved it.
Yeah. My kids love watching that show.
Yeah. Well, I worked on like several seasons of it. So
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that's so
That's
cool.
yeah,
very
that's
cool. Very cool.
awesome. That's great. Your kids love it. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, of course, of course. Now, did you ever get your hand into maybe doing some of the 3D artwork as well, or you don't really dabble into
Most
that?
of the work we are given is like it's not like it's made like the assets are mainly finished, right? And so we
Mhm.
just put everything together to make it a final product, basically.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
I guess. Now, for you yourself, have you ever dabbled into doing some 3D?
Oh, yeah. I've been working on some stuff on my own recently too, but
Oh, that's cool.
mainly it's done within the studio because they're trying to make the job as quickly and proficient as possible.
Hmm.
And
Right.
to get it done because they have a deadline and they don't want to miss that deadline. So
Right.
they try to make it easiest for the artist as possible.
Right. Right. Sounds good. Sounds like fun. Um, Now, what kind of education and experience do you need to have to get in that field that you're in?
So
Like,
I got a bachelor's of science in computer animations from Full Sail University, which is located in Winter Parks, Florida.
sweet, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
that I
Now,
mean,
is that easier to do going to Full Sail because that's like a specific school, right?
yeah,
It's
I
not like a
definitely
regular
think
college.
going it was not like it's definitely shorter track than a 4-year college.
Right.
So I kind of went in specifically knowing what I was gonna need to learn and what I needed to do to get out of the school and into the job as quickly as possible, right?
Mm.
Right.
So where 4-year college, you have other classes that you take that might not have anything to do with what your like major is. But
Oh,
Full
okay.
Sail pretty much was like, hey, we're gonna make you learn your stuff and get out as quickly as possible, which I think it's a
Thanks for your money.
pretty helpful,
Bye.
Yeah.
basically.
Now, so then after your education, did you still have to learn stuff as you kind of got
Well,
jobs and
yeah,
went along and stuff like that?
there is some learning on the job that you will have to do, like
Hmm.
just how pipelines are structured out, because like they go over the pipeline industry in college, but it's very like this is the basics. But then once you like how to talk to production,
Hmm.
learning the different like what happens like going to dailies and how things are set up are differently than
The lingo.
just this
Yeah.
is the pipeline, you know.
Yeah.
You get to like talk to your leads and supervisors, and they don't teach you all of that in school, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Very true.
And there's always like different programs. Different studios have different programs. Like the most common are gonna be Maya and Nuke. Like that's gonna be
Okay.
your to-go-to programs. But
Oh, okay.
and then there's other studios that use a lot more expensive programs because they can afford it, right? Like Katana, and there's other
It's like
bunch of other
Blender. Blender,
studios.
is that one? Blender was one?
Blender,
Or yeah.
Blender is very like I think I actually want to. I'm learning Blender kind of on my own,
Cool.
just because it's a lot more powerful
Hmm.
What's up,
than
Dax?
hey, how's it going?
And then we got Phil TMNT
The
here,
reason
and
Yep.
Tim's talk. How you doing, Tim?
oh wow. Hey,
And
Phoenix
then
is here
Phoenix.
too. Wow. Hey, Phoenix. That's
Sorry for distracting
awesome.
you on your answer there. I was just kind of wanted to
Stay on target.
stay
on
hi,
target.
Okay.
say hi to some people.
Oh no, that's fine. All right. So yeah, so Blender is it's like it's not industry standard and
Hmm.
yet, but it is
But
the
they can-
program is getting very like powerful, and the
Excellent.
reason the studios I think some studios are starting to look into Blender is because it's free, and then it's
That's
going to
why I
be
switched
cheaper
to
for the companies to use it,
right.
right? You're going to pay $6,000 for a program for each artist, or are you going to pay for a program that's free but could do the same thing, right? But I mean,
My boss is Bruce Wayne. Yes.
Well, if your boss is Bruce Wayne, then I think he can get whatever program he wants.
That's it.
Oh, fantasy world.
Oh man, I wish my boss was Bruce Wayne. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
That's fun. So
that's one of the reasons why I switched to Resolve and editing than Final Cut Pro, because you kind of have to pay like a fee for the cloud of Final Cut Pro stuff, and Resolve is up and coming.
Subscription-based models.
Yeah. I started.
I
with
don't
Final
like
Cut Pro
that.
5.
Why did
I don't like that either.
Why did they start doing that? That's my question.
Because money.
Right.
Well, yeah, but you're still making money doing it the other way. You just get to keep it.
Well, the thing is, the reason they're doing subscription is because with subscription, you're going to be a lifetime person to give you money, right?
Right.
If you buy it once, that's going to be a one-time payment. So it's strictly just because they're trying to gain more profit. Yeah. And that's their job as a corporation, is to gain profit yearly, basically, right?
Right.
I was just talking to someone today about
I'm not a fan of it either.
I miss computer shows. You can get programs, buy it, and then you have it for life. Like the hard copies.
Well, I used to be able to buy games and have a hard copy of it, right?
That's
not anymore.
Right. Yeah,
I know.
The new generation. Jeez, what's wrong with everybody?
Oh my god! Sorry, I just saw another friend in chat.
Oh, okay. Is it this person?
Evangelion.
Evangelion.
Nice.
Yeah. Evil Angel.
Oh, Evil Angel? Is that okay? Sweet. So I'm glad you butchered that name before I did.
I'm sorry I butchered your name.
No, that's okay.
So I've known her for 12 years. I've met this person in college, and she's still friends with me to this day.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's
crazy.
Cool.
And now she's supporting me on the first time on this. So.
Oh, that's
very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Some prayers for Dax is from Texas, right? He says, say some prayers for him tonight in his area. There are massive fires. Two
counties.
Counties, yeah.
Stretching over several Texas.
Oh, that must have just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Oof.
And someone says deep friendship.
Yes.
We'll pray for you, Dax, in those counties. So, what's that say? Can I have a
Adam's Coke? Deep friendship. Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, Absy! Hey, sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Hey, you got more people coming on.
Yeah, I'm part of a server, and they're pretty active.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Thanks for the support, you guys. You guys rock.
That's it.
That's what's up.
So,
I really
everybody
appreciate
who's
it.
on here, don't forget to vanquish that like button, ding the bell, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks. All right.
Thank you, Tabitha.
So, another question here. So, how did you get a job working like on these projects like Rumble and Golden Bear? How do you get those jobs?
So, first of all,
like to get a job?
If you're looking for a job, apply everywhere. Like, even if you apply to jobs you don't even think you're gonna get, because there'll be jobs where you apply and you're like, I'm never gonna get it, and then they come back to you like 6 months later, and you already have another job. So you're like, well, I can't say yes now unless you want to. Then you just job hop. But I wouldn't recommend it if you're in the middle of a contract.
Have you ever?
I would never. I personally I've never done that. I've never done that. But it's kind of like, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. But
well, if George Lucas came to you, would you?
Well, yeah.
Peace out. George calling.
Well, Matt,
I'm not going to say no to that
anymore. Don't forget.
But so basically,
Star Wars anymore.
Oh.
Or Lucasfilm.
Right. Unless maybe he comes back, he's like, I'm gonna make a new Star Wars from.
Yeah,
that
like something new from scratch, right?
That would be awesome.
Back to the drawing boards.
Yeah, so apply. You would apply everywhere, but another thing is networking with coworkers is a huge help. Like you want to get to know your coworkers, you want to add them on LinkedIn, you want to form a relationship with them, and then because you'll never know when you'll run into them down the line, and you might be looking for work and you post on LinkedIn and somebody's like, hey, I got a job for you, and because they know you, they'll recommend you, and I've gotten jobs like that countless of times.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like especially once you get in the industry, people know who you kind of are, and then you just it's really funny because in Vancouver, in this area, people just go from one studio to the next studio to the next studio, but it's kind of like a revolving circle, right?
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, but if you're new to the industry and you're like out of school, just apply to everywhere you can. I know Canada's animation industry is huge. Montreal is pretty huge. LA, really hard to, like, let's say, get a job and stay in LA because of how expensive it is and stuff. So, but yeah,
And you can work remotely, like anywhere, right?
Well, now you can work remotely, and I've had companies messaging me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I already have a contract, I can't.
Yeah.
But they're like in England, right?
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, which is like, talk to me later is what you end up saying, because you're just
right.
Like I personally don't want to move anywhere right now. I'm happy where I'm at.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, when you get a job, do they give you the programs? Like, if you don't have the programs, they'll send that over to you, or you have to already have the programs already?
No, so you're basically trained on the programs already, usually, and you will have to you work through a server. Okay. So you're remotely working. So you are logging into like a kind of like a VPN. So you're logging into a VPN type system, and you're basically working on the computer at work.
Okay.
But you're at home.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's a server. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
That's cool. I like that.
Nerds will rise up. Rumble time.
That's right. Nerds will rise.
Oh, so I actually watched the movie Rumble with Abzi. Pretty funny movie.
Yeah, it was interesting. Go check out, for those of you who wasn't here when I said it earlier, go check out our review, movie review on the Rumble movie. So are full contracts or gig work more prominent in the industry for your type of work?
Well, because I'm an American living in Canada, I do more contract work. So every time, like, let's say a show finishes, that's a contract for me. And I have to find another contract, basically. But I've been doing it for so long, it's just normal to me. Like, it's definitely, at the beginning when you're starting in the industry, it's definitely not a stable job when you're first getting your roots planted, right? But eventually you just start going from contract to contract. But if I was in the US, I could probably get several permanent positions. Yeah.
Okay. Like at a time.
But you have to work your way up to those permanent positions. And then and also in my personal experience, no job is a permanent job. They could still fire you for no reason sometimes. Right. Like a studio will go under, and then that studio will be there, like you'll see that studio that year advertising they're hiring, and then that studio can go under just like a week later, and you're just like, wow, why did that studio go under? And it's usually mismanagement or
Yep.
Or they end up getting a project taken away from them, and then they don't have anything to counterbalance the project that was taken away, and the studio will just go under. Like, it's happened countless of times. Once,
that sucks. That's
I don't know.
interesting.
Yeah, there was a studio called Tangent that kind of a friend of mine was working for. That happened because he was trying to get me into that studio, and I was like thinking about it, right? I'm like, do I want to try this? But then, like a couple months later, the whole studio went under because the project got taken away.
A project of what? The N-word?
And well, I know where I'm
sorry.
not getting a job.
Whoops, you got a little slip there. That's all right.
Maybe Netflix won't watch this.
No, they probably won't.
Probably not.
Just because I said it. Oh, well.
Unless the algorithm changes for
The
us.
N-word.
Yeah.
The N-word.
Oh no.
So someone did ask something about the virtual desktop that you get from the server. Does it lag a lot? Does it give you a problem?
There is lag sometimes. The program we use is called Teradici, and it can be pretty slow at times, but it's weird because I worked at another studio and we like remotely logged into the server. I forgot what program we were using, but there was almost no lag. I think it just depends on how the servers are set up at the studio.
Oh, it could be. Yeah, it could be. They got better servers, must be.
Yeah, and working remotely is pretty new to everyone in the industry too, because it's all like, I mean, people have done it before, but it didn't really start until COVID happened, and then everybody was like, well, I guess we're working from home now. Basically, when the government said so, anyways.
Right. Avery Cruz says he's got to go, but you guys have a great show. Thank you, Avery. Wing hugs to Avery.
That's so cute.
Yeah, that's our thing. I have a sticker here somewhere. We got wing hugs on our shop page. Everybody, go to insidetheboottv.com/shop.
Stickers, hoodies, t-shirts.
Yeah. Click on one of the shops that we have linked to the shop page, and you'll find we got wing hug stickers. We have I am the law stickers, and that's me, obviously. And we got a whole bunch of stuff, so go check it out.
He does a great impression of that, by the way. That's why it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is that night, when we did that, I was trying to get my brother to do it because he does it better than I do.
What? No way.
Yeah, but apparently my brother said he wasn't paying attention to what I was asking him or something. so he didn't do it. So I said, fine, I'll do it. And because you can't have any space when there's talking on a show like this. So I did it anyways, and then apparently I became the law instead of my brother. So now I am the law. All right. So, anyways. John Smith. Oh wow, my favorite
pseudo
Canadian. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's me.
That's good.
So yeah, what a time to be an American living in Canada.
That's interesting.
Has John Smith found his Pocahontas? I'd like to know.
Oh yeah.
That was good.
Where's the caps lock? Why did Eurogame say that? I don't know why. But that's cool. Thanks for saying that. Must be a joke that goes on with John Smith and Eurogames.
Cool. Gotcha,
question. Okay. Anyways, question. Sorry. Distracted. Like always. So like what parts, like in a I guess in a movie or in one of your animations, what parts, besides what parts, it's kind of like what parts you work on. You kind of already answered some of that, but how long does the process take? Like, give or take
So
some.
it also depends on like the production, but the movie Scoop for Scooby Doo,
Oh,
it
okay.
took apparently it was in production for 7 years, and it
Oh
just
wow.
came out like what in 20, I think it was 2020, right?
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
Or 2021, but it was supposed to release earlier, I think.
Right.
But like
Oh,
that
that's cool
that's
that you
and that's
worked on
from
that one.
start to beginning, right? And but I
Right.
heard that's like unusually long, right?
Yeah.
For a production to last that long. But if it's
Hmm.
like TV, it could be up to like at least my part of the job, it could
Yeah.
be
Like,
like a year basically.
Hmm.
And a movie
okay.
could take a year, but it's like, but you have a bigger team and you're working with more people to get that done faster, right?
Right.
But it also, the whole process takes way longer than that. Maybe like 2 years, 3 years. That's
Hmm.
what I would say, give and go, like just depending on who's orchestrating it.
Hmm.
Gotcha. Kavanaugh says, "Yes, fellas, this is all an inside joke." Yeah, I figured that much. Ree!
So John Smith is actually a girl, but
Oh,
also
really?
just want to let you know.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
so
That's
then I
all
should
I'm
ask,
gonna
have you
say.
found your John Smith?
So
It
Pocahontas,
gets
have you
really
found?
confusing.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I
No,
hope
Troll
you
with
we're
a
don't
good.
mind that
purpose
I
is here.
said that, but oh well.
That's all right. So we got whoa, whoa. Where am I going here? Smiley face. Troll with a purpose says full rotoscope and
Ray
ray
trace,
trace 3.
ray trace.
Whee! Nice. Um,
You just
fun,
got.
fun. So, all right. So, let's see here. What's your favorite part about your job?
My favorite part about my job.
Yes. What's your favorite
I
part of doing?
really enjoyed uh going into the studios, meeting artists, working with directors, having like the teamwork mentality, and
Hmm.
everybody goes in, gets their job done, makes jokes during like meetings and stuff. Sometimes it's like, oh, I really miss. But I also
Mhm.
like enjoy working and just working on the product and making it look good for uh, everybody to view, because you can spend hours on just shots, um, and just trying to make it look good, you know?
Hmm.
And it's like, we like this, but can you tweak this a little bit? And you're just like, for the 15th time, sometimes, it's just like, and then sometimes you'll have directors you really get along with, and then other times not so much.
Hmm.
It's just, but yeah, I guess, yeah. Oh,
Gotcha. Oh, go
yeah, I
ahead. Go.
guess, yeah, I guess the teamwork mentality, I do miss that. Or
Yeah.
like I appreciated that a lot. And I like going into like the studios and learning their backgrounds and
Hmm.
what where that studio came from, how that studio relates to other studios, like learning a
Hmm.
little bit of history with every studio that you do work in, you know?
Right.
It's fun. Like
Hmm.
I like learning that stuff.
Right. Hello, press play. How are you? Got a good guy right there.
You got two questions in the chat, Dan. That's pretty
Oh,
good.
did
From Hendrik Jan. If you work on a show that runs for multiple years, do you then have work full time for that year?
Uh I'm sorry, what? Can you
Sure.
say that again?
If you work on a show that runs for multiple years, do you then have work full time for that year?
Well, I mean, if you're like staff, yeah, you could work on a show for like 4 years on a certain
Oh wow.
production, right? But like there's the way sometimes like lighting and compositing, if there's no work for you in lighting and compositing at the time, but they're working on animations and creating assets. There'll be a little bit of a break
Okay.
sometimes. So while there's a little break, you could go work at another studio, right? And then once that's done, you could always come back too. Like some studios will do that. Like
Okay.
they'll be working on a movie and then they want to hire some of the old artists that they worked with before. Some studios will do that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one was, what does the usual work cycle look like for lighting scope of a production?
Lighting scope of a production. Lighting. Well, usually it depends. Every studio has its own pipeline, right? So it could vary between which studios and what lighting programs you use. Some studios have, let's say, a quicker pipeline, so you have to do less, but other studios you'll have to like light from like, oh, we're gonna place the light here, we're gonna put the character there, and then you have to render out all the layers. Where other studios you can press like several like couple buttons and half of it's done for you, and then you just submit it, right?
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, it just depends, and it depends on the level of like the art style the director will be looking for as well too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, so Dax says he's got a jet, but he's
thanks, Dax.
Later, Dax.
He has to get to bed. 3 a.m. comes early.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty early.
Yep. I don't remember. Is Dax Eastern time or Central time? I forget which time he's at, but he's Texas. That's Central time. So right now for him it's almost 9 o'clock. So, all right. Bit of piece of information that you probably
now, can you work on like video games too with the animation stuff you have, or is it just strictly animation stuff?
What I've mainly done is movies and animations. Okay. I would like to get into video games, but they use
the same programs.
It's kind of a big difference between video games and film. Like I think their pipeline and workflow is a lot different than the animation pipeline.
Okay.
And so, wait, that's the lighting I want. Okay, but so like I'm not too sure of how exactly the pipeline for video games work, and now I know I think it's more real time.
Okay.
But it's baked mapping textures and that's completely different than what we do in the movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious if you can take the programs and go into like that kind of world. Okay.
Well, yeah, but now it's like they use like Unreal and stuff, and I was trained more in different programs, right?
Yep.
But I mean, if I learned it on my own, I could probably switched into it, right?
Right.
But it's just because I want to get into video games eventually, but I don't know when. It's like because every time I'm like, I love video games. I would love to do that. I would probably be more helpful on the cinematic side of video games than lighting in video games, right?
Okay.
Because I would know how to light with the passes that you would get from, let's say, that were rendered with the game engine. Right. And not so much lighting in the real time for games. Yeah.
Okay.
Good night, Breastplay. Thanks for joining for a few minutes.
Nice.
So Kavanaugh says, I suppose video game cutscenes might be rendered with animation programs.
Okay.
The cutscenes.
Yeah, so
the more you know.
That's the cinematic side of video games, so in video games, they want to put out a good trailer because they want you to be excited and hyped for the game, right? So usually they use, not all the time, like sometimes it is real footage or real-time footage, but when they have like a lot of cinematics, and if you notice like some okay, let's take Cyberpunk for an example. The cinematic trailer for Cyberpunk was amazing. Everybody was excited. Keanu Reeves was in it. Everyone's excited about it. But then the gameplay comes out, and it's like, that's not what was in the cinematic trailer.
Right. What
I'm
happened
a little
here?
confused here. Right. So that does tend to happen when I was being. Oh.
Justin had to replay through the okay.
Right.
One
Yeah.
by one. Yeah. Interesting. Huh.
That's cool.
cool.
You were a beta tester. I was a beta tester or for Call of Duty Ghost and Activision Blizzard in El Segundo, California. Nice. That was a fun job. It was fun. Got to play video games all day, basically.
That's awesome.
Well, you had to like write up bugs and reports,
sure.
what's wrong, and like it was one of those like first jobs that I got because of a friend, right? And it's like because I knew them, they recommended, and then that was a gig. But it was just like it's a stepping stone to where I wanted to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So when you watch, I'm gonna veer from my written questions to something that's in my head. When you watch like other animation movies or whatever, can you tell what kind? Like if you don't work on it and someone else already worked, they worked on it. Can you like tell where the lightings are and if it's good or not, or
yeah. There's some movies that like they're good, and then there's definitely movies that aren't.
Okay. So what was
great,
have been the greatest, like when you watch something?
She's like, there's too many.
I feel like CG has gotten so good that even the bad movies, they do look good. Just because I feel like they put in a lot of work into the CG looking good, even though the story might not be the greatest, But
I just rewatched Ice Age, and from the first one to the second one, what a huge difference. The first one, I'm like, wow.
You want to see a huge difference? Watch Bug's Life now.
Bug's Life now, okay.
And your eyes will be like, wow, that looks like crap, and you don't even have to be an artist. Like, I'm not saying it was awful looking, but you can tell the difference between what we see now and what Bug's Life was. When I saw Bug's Life, it was groundbreaking, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh my gosh, look at all this for the first time.
Yeah.
And like everyone's just in awe of the CG of it, right? But then you compare it to like let's say Spider-Verse, or maybe not Spider-Verse, but what's a crazy good movie that just recently came out that's animated? Like Rumble.
There you go, Rumble.
We're just gonna say Rumble.
Yeah, promote it.
But like you see the fur of that, the monster, the crazy mob monster lady, that comes out, and you see the fur on her. You couldn't do that in Bug's Life,
Yeah.
Like,
right.
They didn't have the technology to make it look that great.
Since you said monster, I all of a sudden thought of Monsters Inc. The fur.
Oh yeah,
I see that.
Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
That was good. They did a good job with fur in Monsters Inc. Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here?
There's that one image. I don't know if you've seen it online, but it's like a Pixar thing, and it's like they took the guy's shirt and they zoom in so close you could see the hair, like fibers in his shirt. That's crazy. That's a little over. Like that's great that we can do that, but it's like, how often are you gonna zoom in that closely to that guy's shirt?
Right.
I mean, it's great. It's beautiful. I'm not cutting their work down or anything, but it's just funny.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What about you guys? What's some of your favorite animated films?
Oof. I mean, one of my just strictly animated, or like, can we go into like Akira? Like, I'm
I
a
would try
huge
to
fan of Akira from the 80s.
Akira. Well, yeah, Akira is amazing.
Like for that
That's a
time,
great film.
that's like,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I thought Akira is really good. I'm
I
gonna
read all the manga. Like, it tells more in the manga than it did in the film, but they did an amazing job in that.
I remember watching Akira when I was a kid, and I was like, "This is such a weird movie," but I liked it. But it was weird.
Totally. A recent one. What have I seen? I don't know. I mean, I like the. I mean, it's going back to I think 2006. I haven't watched it in a while. Avatar: Last Airbender. I thought the animation in that was really good.
The one show I haven't seen.
Oh no.
Nah.
that was I like the animation in that. That's just that style. Yeah. The colors pop. The colors were the color palettes were really good.
Yeah. Have you watched Dragon Prince at all?
No, I should write that down.
I was just wondering. Yeah. I'm gonna write what about you, Dan?
I don't know. Hi, Mom.
Oh, hi.
Are you a fan of Full Metal Alchemist? That was I like that.
That was a good series. I have a story about Full Metal Alchemist if you want to hear it.
Sure.
So I would watch Full Metal Alchemist with my mom, and we ended up watching like the original series, and then I went to college, and then like I came back, and then the new series started.
The Brotherhood.
And, which we didn't know anything about, but we watched one episode. And it was pretty much, remember the series that you wasted your time in life watching? We're just going to throw that out the window. And I remember my mom just being like really insulted about it. And I'm like, Mom, why do you care? And she's like, well, why did we watch it when we're just going to watch it again? And she just got so annoyed. It was so funny. Like seeing her frustrations. Because I'm like, I wouldn't think she would have cared so much. But she's like, no, I invested my time watching that. Why do I have to watch it again? But I know there's the whole difference between the manga and the animation. Or the first series was done when the manga wasn't finished.
Yeah.
And they kind of made up their own ending. And the second one is like,
I didn't know that until like years later. I was like, what?
Yeah. And then the second one was like, this is how the series is supposed to go. which it's like, man, if you're watching that, I could see the frustration.
Because I was in college when that was on Cartoon Network. Me and my friends, we'd be watching, and I'm like, what is this? This is awesome.
I was a huge Cowboy Bebop fan.
Oh yeah.
I like the anime. Oh man, to me that was like some of the best. I remember sneaking downstairs to watch it.
Trigun, that was a thing.
Trigun, yeah, I watched Trigun.
That was good.
Really good.
Yeah, that was such good stuff.
So I guess some recent things that I have seen. Let's see here. What was it? Star Wars, the Clone War. Well, not Clone Wars, but one of the Star Wars things. The
Bad Batch.
Yeah, Bad Batch was one of them.
Was that good?
That was decent. I liked it.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it.
Do you like Rebels? I actually liked Rebels.
Rebels.
I haven't
Star Wars Rebels.
I really enjoyed the Star Wars game Fallen Order. I thought that was a great game, and I heard there's going to be a sequel to that, which I was excited about.
Nice.
So,
and then there's that Netflix one. That's Jurassic Park, Jurassic World thing.
I don't know.
It's like a TV show. I forgot the name of it. But yeah, that's a pretty good animation. And I'm surprised you don't know about it.
I haven't seen it, but I have also kind of haven't been watching a lot of Netflix lately. I've just kind of been doing anything else but, I don't know, just been busy.
You're fans of Miyazaki, I assume?
Yeah. Howl's Moving Castle.
That was my favorite.
Yeah.
So the name of it is Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous.
Yeah, I
And
have no idea about that
yeah,
at all.
it's pretty cool. You should if you have some time. It came out in 2020.
20. Oh,
Watch
okay, so
that.
it just came out then.
Yeah,
Well,
watch
last year, I
that.
guess. A
As
couple of years
you know,
ago.
and watch it for the animation. I thought they did a
Okay.
pretty good job with the animation on that one. So yeah,
What about do you guys have like a favorite 2D animation?
2D.
2D.
Yes, but I don't have anything in my head at the moment. It's
Give
like
me give an
it's
example
like
of a
lost
2D.
in my brain.
I was a big
Um,
fan of, let's say, Iron Giant when I was a kid.
Okay.
oh, okay, right.
Like, to me, that's like a hardcore classic, like, animated movie that I have to mention all the time.
The Goofy movie was fun
Oh,
to
the
watch.
That was
Goofy
fun.
movie!
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah, that
saw
one was
that
that.
always
was
a
fun.
fun
That
one.
was a good movie.
Yeah.
I watched that with my parents.
Did you?
Yeah, in
Nice,
theaters.
nice. Let's see what else is another good 2D animation. The Fox and the Hound. I always liked that one.
That's a good
Oh,
one.
That
that's
one
a
was one of
good
my
one
favorites.
too.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
I remember watching that with my sister when we were kids. I always got scared at the bear part.
Was it
Oh,
Jake and the Giant Peach? Was it Jake or did I say
James
it?
and the Giant
James?
Peach.
James.
That
Yeah,
was
James.
James.
I think that was stop motion,
I
wasn't it?
haven't
Yeah,
seen
I
that in
think
a
that was
while.
stop motion.
That
Yeah.
was good. I watched that one a lot too. That was a good film. I really liked how they did the characters in
Yeah.
that movie.
Yeah. Oh, Uncle Mike is on. Hey, Uncle Mike. How are ya?
You can watch the X-Men animated series over and over again. That from the
I can
90s.
watch the Batman
I can
animated
watch that over
series
and over again.
and Batman Beyond. I have to give a shout out to
Yeah.
Batman Beyond because that's one of my
Batman Beyond.
favorite series of all times.
Oh
Nice.
yes.
Like, I love, like, I
That was
heard they're
good.
gonna remake it. I hope they do its justice because
The guy,
Right.
wasn't the guy?
what they did with Cowboy Bebop should be like a crime.
Yeah, that's very true. I got the Blu-ray of that. That's really I can watch that over and over again.
For Batman Beyond.
Both Batman Beyond and Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, here we go. Here's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good
Nice.
question. How does
Oh,
sound
that's a good one.
affect your work on light settings?
Well, sometimes the animators will animate something and the sound will come in later and then you'll get a fix and you think you're done with your scene. You're like, "Oh, I'm done. Adios." But then it comes back because you have to do an animation because animation has to reanimate something for a sound fix, right?
Okay.
Oh,
So then you have to go and relight it again, basically, and re-render it, and then recomp it. Which I mean, the process is done by then, so it's not like it's very hard because you've already done it, right?
Right.
But like that's how sound would affect. And then sometimes in comp you have to do visuals for sounds, or if there's glints, you add little glints and stuff. But that's not really sound. That's just a little extra bonus here and there.
gotcha.
Visual bonus.
Nice. All right, so let's see here. What's something about your lighting composite job that people don't know about or consider when they critique a movie or they do a review on it?
What they don't know?
Yeah, like what they don't know about it or whatever. That's part of your
I
job.
guess what they don't know is the time and hours it takes sometimes for
Hmm.
a shot to be completed. Like sometimes
Right.
you think, "Oh, this is such a simplistic shot," but that one simplistic shot could have taken you way longer than you expected personally, and it's
Right.
just because of something you couldn't even predict, right?
Right.
But because like yeah, time.
Right. Okay, that's good. All right, so here's another question. You don't have to answer it if you can't. Do you have any upcoming work we might be seeing on the big screen soon?
Mm, not on the big screen, But a series that I just got done called Tots season 3 just came out, so maybe your kids might like that too.
Oh, okay, Todd season
But
3, huh?
they're trying to push, they're trying to add Disney Plus for it, so I think it might be on Disney Plus. Yeah, I think so. So yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, nothing on the big screen as of recently, but I feel like a lot of the big screen animated films are now releasing straight to like Netflix
Yeah, it
recently
seems to be a
because
trend.
of which is sad because Scoob was a movie and Rumble I was really like excited to see in theaters, but
Yeah, and your name shows
didn't.
up. That's sweet.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, I got credit for both. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
After you see your name, do you stand up and be like, "That's me"? You're welcome.
No. Usually we just clap or something. That's another thing I do miss with working with. I miss going to see movies and then you go see with your team sometimes.
Oh,
and
that's
then
cool.
everyone in the theater, you're just like critiquing the movie the whole time. Like, oh, that's my shot.
That's so cool.
That's a lot of
I remember that shot. It took me like forever. Or you're like, oh, or you see it on the big screen, and it's just such a huge difference than like when you see it on Netflix. I mean, it's still cool to see it. It's still really cool.
Right.
You ever see Rango?
Cool.
I can watch that.
Rango?
Yeah, Rango.
Oh,
man,
that's so I have.
That's
the one with the lizard?
with Johnny Depp, right?
Yeah, Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like a cowboy iguana or something.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's really good. I like that one.
Most animated stuff I've basically seen.
Nice.
In one way or another event. I really yeah. My favorite would be Wally though. Like I really liked Wally.
Wally was good, yeah.
So good. Like
Wally.
That was the first film I actually saw by myself, like at theaters. I sometimes do that. Just go by myself and just watch. It was like me and like 2-3 other people. It was like 1 in the afternoon. I got to go see this film. It was awesome.
Right. So Anonymous says, what's your favorite to work on?
My favorite film, I really actually enjoyed working on the Addams Family movie because I really liked the company, and I also I ended up learning a new program for that film, and I just enjoyed the working with the people, and I thought the quality of work was really good.
Right.
Yeah. And I learned a lot.
Oh, that's cool. Stealthy says Rango is unrated or underrated. Yes, it is.
Very true.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. But R2 says it's Django and the D is silent. That's funny. R2 is just having some fun. And then Fabworks is here. He says, "Hi guys, Fabworks is Ado. How are you? Thanks for showing up." Let's see here. Here's a question. Hendrik Jan asks, does the financial success of the movie influence how much pleasure you take from that job?
Financial success. I mean, as an artist, you always want your movies to be a huge success, right?
Right.
Financially, doesn't really affect the artist so much. Maybe you'll get a sequel and you'll work on it again. But I think the more financial success of the movie is going to be the CEO and like who's ever in charge of the studios, because they'll be allowed to get like bigger projects and stuff, you know.
Right.
Like they want the movies to succeed. They don't want movies to fail. They want, as somebody said, they want to put butts in seats, right?
Right.
Right. Like that's their whole goal. And
money.
They
want to make the millions. Nightmare Before Christmas was good.
That's another.
That's
good
stop
movie.
motion, isn't it?
Yeah, yes.
And the
That
movie,
was a good
yeah.
film. That's classic.
Oh, you know
Uh,
what? You know what I liked.
what?
Since we're talking about stop motion, have you seen Flushed Away? That's like,
Yes, yes.
yeah, I
The one
love
with the
that movie.
rats and
Yeah,
the
yes,
sewer, and they're going in London.
yes.
I remember watching the one of that. Always wanted to get that mouse's pants because I thought her pants looked so cool.
That's fun.
I'm like, I don't know if I could pull it off in real life, but I like
Right,
her pants.
right. Now that was a cool movie. It was
That was a funny
computer.
movie.
It was that was computer animation made to look like stop motion. So
Right.
that's interesting, right?
Oh, I
So
thought it was stop motion.
no, no, it
No?
wasn't at all. No.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
Oh, okay. Well, go watch it again.
That's surprising. That's awesome. I
Yeah,
I I didn't even know that. I'll have to look into that.
yeah. You should. You should. So that was a fun movie.
Yeah, I think
But,
I watched that in like college or high school.
yeah,
Hmm.
that was when Hugh Jackman was the Wolverine, and he was famous for Wolverine for the X-Men movies. So
I also like the
yeah.
movie Chicken Run. That was just a funny
Chicken
movie.
Run, that was fun. Yeah, that was a good movie. Yes.
That was such a weird movie too.
It was. Nothing wrong with a little Mel Gibson. I like Mel Gibson, so
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm a Mel Gibson fan. For those of you who don't know, um, yeah, but definitely was a funny movie. So, um, yeah. Before that question, let me ask this: what is your favorite movie for animation and lighting? That I mean, I already know, but the audience needs to know what your favorite movie is.
My favorite,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like of
Well, it might
all
not be.
time,
Yeah, yeah, like of all time for animation and lighting and stuff. I mean, what really wowed you? Which movie wowed you?
Into the Spider Verse.
Hmm.
Okay.
Wait, was that the movie you were thinking, or
No, I wasn't. I was thinking of
what?
Claws because you were talking about Claws
Oh,
the
oh
other
yeah,
day.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay,
And
Claus is a really good movie. Like
yeah, now
I've
that's
seen it. It definitely was like, oh, finally a fresh take on animation.
right.
I feel like I really liked how it combined the 2D with the 3D. Like, oh, such a good movie.
And the
Amazing.
lighting was good too. I like the lighting in that.
Yeah, and apparently, I think it was done differently than normal setups because I was looking into the production of it, which um, I have a friend who I think worked on that movie, and I was watching him post like information about Claus, and I was like, I wonder if this movie's gonna be any good. And then I watched it, and I was like, this movie's amazing. And I liked it because it wasn't like because it was different than Pixar. It was completely different art style.
Yeah, it was.
Like
Definitely was.
I really enjoyed like that art style so much. But yeah,
That's cool. Now, what would you like to see from that art style into other movies? Would you like to see that in other movies?
yeah, yeah. I would love to see that movie done and tell other stories that could be told. The one thing I really liked is like I liked how it was a very good story for kids. It was a great kids movie.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't yeah, it was just like I remember watching it and just been like if I was a kid, I would have loved this film. There was another film that I thought was really good. I think it was called The Guardians.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
see that one with
That
Jack
with the owls,
Frost?
right?
Yeah, Jack and then like I think the main character was Jack Frost. But
Okay.
apparently that didn't it was not like a huge success in the box office, but I watched the movie. It took me a while to actually watch that movie, but once
Oh,
I
really?
watched that movie I was like, wow, that is a really good movie, like for kids as well. Like
Right.
Hmm.
yeah, but yeah,
Oh, look at that. And that I think it's based on a novel.
yeah,
Guardians. Yeah.
yeah, I think so. That
Oh,
was
that's cool.
a really good movie as well.
2017. Maybe I got the wrong one here. Hang on. Oh boy, you type in one word and all these other movies come up too. Whoops.
Did you like
What?
How Do You Train Your Dragon?
Yeah,
Oh, there
Two.
you go.
it was okay. Like
Yeah.
it's not one of my favorites or anything.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I know there's a huge like fan base for it. Um, I liked it, but it's not like one of my favorite movies or anything.
They made did they make 3 of them? 2 of them?
They made a lot of them. I think 3 of them. I worked on a TV show for one.
Oh, what? That's cool.
Yeah, it was. Well, it's kind of like a spin-off, but it was definitely. I feel like it was like
Okay.
a cash grab, but
Nice.
it's funny because if you look up, there's a trailer for that show, and somebody like made a meme out of it, and it was just like it was like the trailer, and in the background it was just money falling down.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
All right.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, I think there's 3 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, 3. Cool.
Sweet. Anyway, sorry. I'm getting distracted again. All right. So one of the last questions I guess I'll have is any tips or advice to people who are interested in getting into computer animation, lighting, compositing?
Don't get discouraged.
That's
Like
it.
just like if you really want to do it, don't say I can't. Like I mean, you're gonna have those days where you're like you don't get the call from the interview you wanted, or you did an art test and they never responded. You're gonna go through stuff like that, but don't let that bother you so much. Like just keep going. Like you'll end up getting into it eventually. It is hard, and there is long hours sometimes, and it's like it does get tiresome. But if you truly love your craft, you're just
Do you
gonna
ever-
keep doing it no matter what.
Do you ever fall asleep in your chair while you're working on something? Like you like doze off?
Sometimes you'll be like not so much anymore because I think I'm better at time management. But I remember at some points where if you had a late night and you come into the studio and you're like trying to work and you're like falling asleep in your desk. Definitely, I've done it. Like it's sometimes you're just tired and you need to sleep.
Does it kink your neck when you wake up and you're like, oh man, I shouldn't have done
Yeah, sometimes.
Anybody catch you doing it? Like they slap.
You try not to.
Boom, boom, hit your desk.
When we were working at the studio, sometimes your coworkers would see you're falling asleep and they would like nudge you.
Oh yeah.
They're like, hey, wake up! You gotta go back to work.
So
I like hearing the behind the scenes stuff.
Then, just in case?
I'm sorry. What?
I was just asking. Is it easier than to work at home, just in case
I feel like
goes off?
It is. It is easier because I don't know. Like you don't have to travel to and from work anymore. You can just wake up and go to work.
Hours then? Is that
no? You still have to work the same hours because you still have like your studio will have set times for certain things, right? So.
Gotcha.
What I think is gonna be weird, like let's say hypothetically, if I get a job overseas,
On Flakes is back, yay!
is it's gonna be weird if you have to do a time switch when you're in when your time zone is like Vancouver, but you're working in a company in England. You're gonna the hours will be weird for you because of the time zones. That I think will be weird. Like if that happens, I don't know. I've never done it.
How come you weren't on time? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a question for you. What would you say marks a great lighting artist versus a unskilled one? Novice.
An unskilled one. Well, they're gonna do more like some people you have the eye for it, and then other people don't have the eye for it as much, and you notice that when you're working on a production, because there'll be some shots that they're just gonna look better than you sometimes yours or somebody else's shot. And sometimes you'll like you're an artist, you'll be able to see things that other people won't be. But even though sometimes, like, there'll be a shot, like, you'll have a friend, he has a shot in dailies or whatever, and you'll see a shot and you're like, wow, that is a really good shot. But, like, sometimes you can't even, you don't know why it's such a good shot, but it is. And it's like, but then there's other times where it's like, that shot made it through and you're like, but barely, you know? But, I mean,
Right.
if you've gotten to the point where you're working for a movie or TV show, it's like you've gotten past the like you got to be somewhat of a pretty good artist. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Like there isn't. I mean, unless you just. I mean, if you're not a good artist, you'll probably won't get the next project. You know.
Right. That's funny. Troll with a purpose says, also what we need, I think his wording's a little mixed up, but it needs more mixed 60, 30, 25, and 24 frames per second. Throw in some interlace again for old time's sake.
Nice.
Interlace. We try to de-interlace when you take your VHS tape to put onto
Great. Now
the
everybody on
computer.
the server is gonna know mine.
Yeah, it's more mixed. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, cool. Sweet beans. I think that's all the questions I have. Matthew, do you have any other questions that you'd like to ask?
No, I think that's it.
Do you have anything else to say that you want to talk about there? Oh yeah.
You want to do any plugs or anything like that?
Oh yeah.
Plugs.
Yeah, do some plugs. Yeah.
Check me out here.
Well, by the way, I do have your stuff on the comment section or in the description below.
Okay, cool.
Your Instagram, your Twitter, and your TikTok. You said TikTok.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go.
Why not?
Yeah, I don't know if you have a YouTube or anything else like that.
No, I mean I have a YouTube channel, but I don't have a YouTube channel that I post daily or anything. No.
I found it. You did a drawing of
you
Invincible.
Found it? I did do that.
Yeah.
I really liked that.
I like that
There's
show.
one of Omni-Man that I did
Yeah.
that I was really proud of. I'm honestly so on my nickname on my Discord is Invincible on one of my
nice
channels, and I was
Oh, nice.
that was a show that was 2D that I was like, this is amazing.
Yes.
And it was so like what a relief to see like finally they're taking a action comic and making it for adults.
Yes. Yeah.
And I loved it. I loved it so much. I read all of it in like a month, like the entire series. Like, and it's a great story. Like, if you're gonna watch the series, you are in for a treat, and it has one of the best endings in a comic I've ever read.
I'll have to check. I definitely have to read that then.
Oh my
I did
gosh.
like the first season blew me away. I was like, whoa.
Oh, that subway scene with Omni-Man. Oh my god. I was just like, oh my god, what did I just watch?
Yeah.
It was amazing. I mean it was horrific.
Right.
But the point was being made that this dude is not the good guy.
The very first episode, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my goodness.
Oh my! But yo, okay. So I loved how they were like at the. Okay, I'm geeking out now.
Oh, go for
I'm
it.
officially geeking out. At the beginning of that series, you were just like, oh, this is just your average, action superhero show, and you're just like nothing, like super normal show. And then the last like 10 minutes, they're like, F that. They threw it out the door.
Yeah.
And that I thought was amazing.
It
I
was,
was
yeah.
I was shocked. I was like, wait, I had to go back and rewatch it because I thought I missed something. And I'm like, wait, did the hero really just kill all those guys?
Spoilers.
And then I like reversed it and was like, oh my gosh, what the heck is happening?
At the end of the first episode, I was like, I gotta watch next.
Yeah. No, I was hooked from that one episode.
I gotta watch. Yeah.
I think that's what more series needs are hooks to keep you hooked into it. Because I don't feel enough shows have that.
Right.
Because from that one point, I was like hooked on Invincible. Right. I still am. Spoilers. If you haven't seen it by now, I don't know, man.
That's okay. I haven't seen it either.
It's been out for 2 years.
I was watching
I don't mind
when
spoilers.
The episodes were kind of coming out. There's watch cartoons online. I go to. That's like the best place to watch cartoons.
Watch cartoons online.
.io, and you can watch anything you want pretty much for free. Like
Nice.
any series
I love
from
those.
Like the 80s.
You know what? I like that so much. You don't have to torrent anymore.
Right. That saves time.
It does. It takes you a lot of time.
Yeah.
And it's computer space.
Yeah. So that's where I go for my cartoons. I'm like, I don't have to do anything. I just go to this one.
So what I want is I want Invincible style Batman Beyond. I think that would be amazing.
2 thumbs up for that idea.
Yeah, how amazing could that be? Like, I'll take a Batman Beyond movie, sure, as long as they don't mess it up. But a Batman Beyond Invincible style, like that, I think that would be amazing.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine working with
like
Bruce
an adult Batman Beyond. Like, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Finally, a Batman. Like, I would be more than excited to watch that.
Did you know the original Batman was like the animated series was at nighttime for adults? Like the first episode, they were testing it out.
We would watch it. Me and my sister would watch it after school.
But originally it came out at nighttime for adults, and they had the original had a little bit of blood in the first episode with the what's it called, the Man Bat, and the Man Bat tore him up and he was bleeding. But then they changed it and they wanted to go to
edited it.
Yeah. They wanted to make it more, kid friendly, and then they kind of went away from that idea of the adults. But that Bruce Timm was all about it, in the beginning.
Oh, so, I could see why it was. I could see they were probably it's too violent for kids.
Right.
There's some stuff
for the 90s. Yeah.
There's some stuff in even kids shows that they think of that you're like, would a kid really care about this?
Right. That's true. Whoopsie.
It's if they say so, it's all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that's why I think it must have been awesome to work on Invincible, because it's finally add more blood. Make it real. We want realistic superheroes here. That's what I really liked about Invincible.
Because that definitely would work. Because you have the anime from Japan, over the top powers,
dude, the anime, you'll see people's heads getting cut off and stuff, and you're
so this is that would definitely be different for the animation like that. Oh, for sure.
That would be cool. All right, Batman Beyond Invincible. Let's go.
Yes.
That would be awesome. All right, sign me up.
Yes.
We'll see what DC does.
Yes. Bruce Tim, you haven't let us down yet.
I'm really worried because they're remaking Batman Beyond, and I'm like, please don't mess it up. Please don't mess it up.
Are they getting the same voice actors back,
we got
right?
a question there.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. What's your
Trauma movie, TV show, or animation?
Ooh, good question. My childhood trauma.
I didn't have any trauma.
Okay, I did have one movie that messed with me so hard when I was a kid. It was.
We are still on. We're about
Do you
to
know the
target
movie
off.
Poltergeist?
Poltergeist.
It's So my parents watched
Number
it.
2,
I was probably
Connor.
way too young to watch it. But there's that scene where the guy like takes apart his face. I could not handle it. I screamed, cried, ran to my room, was like mad at my parents, like, why are you making me watch this?
What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Like I was like traumatized, and I knew it too, and then my family was like laughing at me the whole time.
Well, that's not nice.
Yeah.
Well, they were like, they were like, it's just a movie, and I'm just over here like having a traumatic
but little kids
experience.
don't understand reality to fiction, at a young age. So it's.
And the movie The Ring, I can't handle that movie. I don't know. I think it's because it was the combination between the TV mixing with the reality.
Yeah.
Right.
And no, thank you.
I know there was the American version and the Japanese version.
I think I watched. I don't know which one I watched, but it scared the fajitas out of me.
Anyways. So, I think that's the interview then.
All right, awesome. So, thank you.
Oh yeah, thank you for coming on the show. Someone says Tintin. Tintin, no, that's a good cartoon, right?
Tintin.
That's good animation.
I think I've seen it, but I kind of fell asleep watching it.
No.
I saw the movie in theaters with my friend.
Watch it again. Was it good?
Yes, it's good.
I think I started it, but I did kind of fall asleep. I don't think I finished it.
Yeah.
I just remember in theaters, I was like, what is this? And I didn't really know what it was until I looked it up later. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because I didn't know anything about it when we were going to watch it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah. Thanks, Phil. Let's see here. Don't forget, everybody. Don't forget.
You gotta tell them Silent Breed is people!
Spoiling the movie every single time.
That's okay. Most people don't even know what that's from.
That's true.
Just had to do it. I'm sorry. So, anyways, yes, thank you, Olya, for coming on. Thank you, everybody in the chat. I was watching your chats. I've been reading some of them here and there and laughing. Even though Olya doesn't know what I was laughing at, probably. She's like, why is he laughing? What a weirdo. And don't forget to vanquish the like button. Ding the bell for more notifications if you are subscribed. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to get yourself something to show your support for Inside the Booth. InsideTheBoothTV.com/shop. You can get yourself a mug, t-shirt, do-rags, tapestry, pillows,
hoodies, t-shirts,
hoodies. That's right. Anything you would like. Stickers, yes.
Get your wing hug stickers.
Yes, wing hugs. And yeah, that's it for tonight, everybody. So thank you for coming on, Olya. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you for showing up and saying that, allowing yourself to come on this weird show.
Hey, thanks for having me. This is the first time, so
cool.
I'm honored to be a guest.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And for those of you who came in a little late, you can always rewatch this show. If you want to know what we thought of Olya's Rumble movie, go ahead and go back a couple of videos and watch that. It was a good review. I mean, we had a good time anyway reviewing it. It was a decent movie. I mean, it wasn't like spectacular, but it was a decent movie. No, Anonymous, there was no furniture today. I am so glad no furniture showed up and messed with us today.
That's good.
It was good.
Those bots, those
Yeah,
furniture bots.
We didn't have to throw any furniture out. Furniture removing people. Rogue Squad Garage. Dang, wrapping up. Yes. You missed it, Rogue Squad.
Was it something you said?
Was it something you said? No, it wasn't. The interview is over. We usually start at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would be 8 p.m. Central, and Pacific Time would be 3 hours earlier, so that'd be 6. Yes. And it's funny because we got to see Olya's sunset behind her.
I was wondering about that.
It was sunny out when we started, and now it's dark.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
You got to see it go from day to night throughout the interview. It's lighting. I did it on purpose.
That's awesome.
That was fun. That was cool to see. So, anyways, thank you everybody for showing up. Have a good and wonderful night, and be blessed. We'll see you all. What's today? Tuesday. We'll see you all on Tuesday as we do another show. Goodbye.
Thank you.
And wait, I gotta do this.
Are you not entertained?